But hey, it works. Okay. Hold on. Oh, it's extremely quiet. Hold on. I we turn off noise cancel my earbuds. See if this is my laptop speakers. That's why it's quiet. Okay. Well, I can't really help with the quietness. Yeah, it's coming out my laptop speakers. That's why. Um, I'll put Galaxy Buds 2. Yes, I wear Galaxy Buds 2. Deal with it. Okay, yeah, this is a perfectly normal volume. You know what? This mic isn't even bad. This is the Rock Band mic. I think aside from the random, like it doesn't have a pop filter. But other than that, if you showed this to someone and somebody was like recording a podcast with this, I don't think anyone would notice. Oh, all right, I'm back. So yeah, we got the Rock Band podcast. I'm gonna turn off my audio loop back. That's why I was like pausing and stuff because I was listening to myself. Um, I'm gonna put you by this random monitor. Stay there. Yeah, good Rock Band. It's probably popping horribly right now. Nobody's watching the stream though. Oh, you know what? Because it's private. You watching after the fact, you'll be like laughing at me. I don't think anyone's gonna watch after the fact, but if they do, they're gonna be laughing at me. All right, and we are actually live this time. Sorry, I'm sniffling. I apparently am sick right when I wanted to do a stream. I'm gonna wait for some people to start flooding in. I'm gonna start cleaning. For the after the fact viewers, you guys can watch me cleaning. Oh god, it's so messy I can't even roll my chair around. First order of business. No, never mind. That's definitely not gonna be our first order of business. Um, let's see what we got to do. So I have right here. Hold on. Let's turn the camera. I have this PC case right here. This is a pretty nice thermal take case with a bunch of massive fans in it. turn on I was talking to my dad. My dad came in here. He works in here for an hour getting our house redone. 'Cause yeah, this is not my house. You gotta know, if this was my house, it would be a lot cleaner than this. It would probably also have a lot more equipment. Oh, hi there, Mr. I-486DX2. What are you doing here? With all these bent pins. There we go. Go back to normal. Man, these things have the same pitching as a breadboard. I considered making a project where I make a motherboard for these with the South Bridge being a microcontroller, but that was too difficult for me. Even if it wasn't, I'm a child and I cannot afford PCB services. And I also cannot afford a hot plate to do them myself. You know, when I got the computer that turned into this fractal behind me, I'll show you the inside of that one later. My dad's friend gave a couple of machines to me, and in one of them he said, "Here, have this." This is the wrong camera. Here, have this Microsoft keyboard dongle, and I don't know what it's for. He knows what Microsoft keyboard dongle. He didn't know what keyboard it was for. So yeah, now I have a Microsoft keyboard dongle for nothing apparently. And the camera's really not pointed that far down, so you can't see the magnificence of this setup. You can see the desk, which is the thing that needs to get cleaned mostly. But you couldn't have seen all four of these machines, that machine, because those are the main machines that power this setup, and my server's down there, but you know, it's an overpowered monster. It doesn't need to be counted as part of the workshop squad. So, yeah. Dell monitor, surprisingly good because it's from 2009. It has a better anti-glare than the Samsung TV. HP 22 CWA, my local movie theater uses these for digital signage, for like the menu at the popcorn stand, which is really funny because I just got one of these from the same guy who gave me the computers, two of the computers. So that started the revolution. I watched an LTT video about how, you can make an old computer into a Minecraft server or a website or whatever. I didn't know the website part, but I knew the Minecraft server. I knew what a Minecraft server was. And I knew that I wanted one because that sounded cool to me. I had this YouTube channel, or not this YouTube, I had my other YouTube channel, just about started up, and I wanted to make a channel for that. Back when I started this channel, I wasn't very tech savvy at all. I didn't really know what I was doing. Or not this channel, the other channel. When I started my main channel, I didn't know what I was doing with tech at all. I just kind of winged it. And then, I got the 2007 PC, which is that one's name. Yes, I know it's kind of generic. It's like naming your dog, but that's what it is, right? And I named it that. TestBench 01. I started the revolution. I named it TestBench 01 as a joke, and then I got another computer, TestBench 02, 03, 04, 05. And now there's like 13 or something. So yeah, TestBench 01, it's got a Core 2 Duo something or other. It's like a T6600 or something like that. I upgraded it to 8 gigs of DDR2 because that's the max the motherboard can handle. It's a P5K Deluxe. And of course I put a GTX 770 in it because I got it for $11 from Goodwill. Gotta love Goodwill, man. I got this camera and the tripod from Goodwill too. And the monitor, and the keyboard, and the mouse, which are all Dell 2009 things. So yeah, I took that in here. I had a scrap desk, which is now my gaming desk. And I had a scrap TV and a scrap monitor. My scrap monitor is now my second monitor at my desk. And I just threw all the scrap parts together. I had a scrap keyboard. And then I made my setup. But I eventually put a monitor arm on the desk. And then my setup became a fun gaming setup. I think you can find pictures of me playing Minecraft on this thing back in the day. And that was like the peak of its life. And now it just kind of sits here as a test bench when something needs a Linux flash drive or something. But we remember him. He's our god. That's why I haven't moved it or changed its case. It's an HAF Plus, I think. Corsair, I think. Maybe no, it's Cooler Master. It's Cooler Master. Yeah, that's the 2007 PC. That's why he has his godlike stature over there. And then the next computer I got was a laptop, and I still have that laptop, but it's really finicky, and I haven't gotten around to doing anything with it. So here is where's the second machine out of this bunch? Like out of this bunch that I got. I'm gonna say it's this one. No, I got more than that. I had that one, and then I had my old laptop was one of them. I think that one's Test Bench 03. Test Bench 04. Man, I can't remember all these. They should also be labeled, but they're not. I honestly can't remember. I think Test Bench 04 was the black laptop over there. It's also a Toshiba satellite. I forgot to mention that. The second was a Toshiba satellite. Let's see. So there's that machine, and then I think the second machine I got out of this bunch was that PC, which I call the 98 PC. It's like Test Bench. I've lost count. I think it's like, I think I called it like 11 or something because I lost count. I'm gonna start renaming these all to what I remember them being, and then this one is the Franken. So I call that one 98 PC. This one's the Franken Dell. It's a Dell Optiplex motherboard, but it was still ATX. Or I don't think it was Optiplex. I think it was like an Inspiron desktop or something. Still ATX. And I put it inside this case that I also got as from a family member as a gaming PC. And then I took the internals of that and built a PC for one of the people I do a bunch of collabs on this channel with. And then I put the Dell in that case because the case I ended up putting that computer, the computer that was originally here in, the case I ended up putting it in was a way better case and it was more suited to the time period. This case is from like the early 2000s or something. Has a floppy drive bay in it, you can tell. And it's also like got the push out I/O covers, or like 5 1/4 covers instead of the snap ones. Like they're just the TIG welded ones. TIG welded, spot weld, whatever. I don't know my welds. So yeah, it doesn't even have USB 3, and the motherboard had USB 3 headers. So I put it in a more time appropriate case, and that was great. Next up we have the Dimension. Yeah, it doesn't really have a name. It's just a Dell Dimension, and I call it the Dimension. And then we have I call it the Dirk Tooth because of the case that is proudly inscribed on the side. I will not take it out to elaborate. And then that one is the BC. Not voice chat, the PC, but the motherboard is black and yellow, so I call it the BC. It has a GTX 1650. And you know what? Let's go through the specs of this one. Yeah, it's okay. So this one has a Pentium 2, 256 megs of RAM. No, I think it's got more than that. I think it's got 3 128 sticks. So I'm not gonna do the math. It's 400 something megs of RAM. This one has a Pentium Dual, and I think it has 6 gigs of RAM of DDR2. That one's DDR1, obviously. This one has 512 megs of DDR1, a Pentium 4. It's a Dell Dimension 4300, but it was used as a NAS, and I think it's either because like one of these things causes the other. It has its I/O front panel where all the USB and the audio is. It has a cable that goes to the motherboard, and that cable is just straight up missing. You can buy the connectors; they're standard parts, and you can buy cables for them. You can buy them off of other people, but I don't want to do that. So I guess I'll have to make my own, and I usually say that and then never do it. And then this one has literally an identical CPU and a nearly identical motherboard to that one. And currently I put a GTX 660. So we got the 660 and the 770. Haha. I can't remember how much RAM it had. It was probably 4 gigs or something. And then that one, the BC, has a GTX 1650, a 4th gen Core i7, 16 gigs of DDR3 1600. And that's kind of the main specs right there. I put a 240 gig SSD in it because T-Force makes a 240 gig SSD. Or Team Group makes a T-Force SSD that's only $18, which used to be my allowance, and now I don't have an allowance. Thanks, Mom. the story is that because the other parents were not giving their children allowance, my mom stopped giving me allowance. And now I have to just thrive off of junk piles, which, I've been doing, but now I have to do it even more. So we log into the BC. I got messages. Oh, that's a lot of messages. My tech channel is... This keyboard is surprisingly good, by the way. I'm not trying to be entertaining anymore because nobody's watching anymore. Just check through my messages. Haha, this monitor is too low res for you to read it. And it's at the wrong viewing angle, and I don't think this monitor has very good viewing angles. It's also reversed and probably upside down or something. Yeah, no, you can't read any of that. Okay. Yeah, my friend had to get a pipe shoved up their ass by a doctor, so that's great. Yeah, nothing important. I'll read these later. So yeah, I've just been doing Unity dev on this thing. It's overclocked to 2.4 gigahertz from the stock 3.5. Yay, we have AI sponge. Okay. I'm just gonna do game dev until one person arrives for the stream. Oh, one person arrived for the stream. Hi. Hi, it's the person I was talking about who I built the PC for. I gave a play-by-play of, no, not play-by-play, but I gave a description of all the machines behind me. And I mentioned a PC that got built for a friend, and that's the friend. If you have chat replay turned on, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't have chat replay turned on, I say that because nobody's going to watch this except for you. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, can I call you by your real name? Because you're a friend or whatever. I look at chat, by the way. Okay, so Axel here, who's in the chat right now. I forgot what I was gonna say about Axel. Whatever. Yeah, so I built Axel PC. Yeah, I've been doing some Unity game dev on that PC. Overclocked it shit and has a water cooler. By the way, Axel, I have your sweater right here. I'm not gonna show it on camera, but I have it. I see why you left it here, though. What the hell is even on that thing? Gross. Yeah, I have a full rock band setup in here, all except for the bass guitar. It's kind of annoying. I have a bin of Wi-Fi routers and a phone. I'm kind of sick right now, so I'm sniffling and rubbing my nose. Special instructions. Those are some great instructions. Delivery order and packing list. Does this have my address at the bottom? No, it's literally just a printout. What even is this for? I don't even know. I can't leave this here because it'll stay here for like 6 more years, and then I'll consume it as fast as I can. Then I actually get to work. anyone ever going to watch this stream? Probably never. All except for you, my beloved. Hey, I was looking for this. Don't you hate it when your parents are right and they're like, I'm going to find something about cleaning? Yeah, well, sometimes. Sometimes it's just the goddamn truth, isn't it? What even is this? Fan of parts. Let's see. Trash on the floor. Dead hard drive. Yeah, sounds about right. I'm gonna put this in my hard drive bin. Oh yeah, that's right. I have a hard drive bin. I went through and organized this at some point. Oh, holy shit. You know how heavy hard drives are? Yeah, this is a box with like 20 of them. And some of these are ancient SCSI drives. I think only one of these is an IDE drive. And it's a really old 4 megabyte drive. And the rest of them are SCSI drives, and I have no working SCSI controllers. Because all I buy is consumer shit. So I don't know why I have so many SCSI drives. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, when I say something like that, it means I'm reading the chat. Which I just did. Security camera with cobwebs and broken Ethernet port. Good. To the bin you go. I cast thee into the realm of despair. Wow. This mouse sure is a turn on. Okay. What lamp thing? Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the mouse. Oh, because the chat is kind of delayed. What broken lamp thing? The security camera? Because the security camera. The white pole thing. What white pole thing? I don't see any things with a white pole. Oh, this? This is a security camera. I picked it up and said, it's a broken security camera with cobwebs and broken Ethernet port. Yeah, this is it. It actually still works if you just like, here's a close up. It's supposed to have housing around that Ethernet cable, or Ethernet port. If you hold the cable up to it and tape it on, it works. Otherwise, it's useless. I cast thee to the realm of despair once more. By the way, I didn't show you the cobwebs. I could have done that. Oh, hey, look. Just a $300 laptop dock from Targus. It sounded like a cheap Chinese brand, but I actually booked it up, and it's not. The problem is it had no power. I bought it for $5 from Goodwill. Problem is it had no power adapter, and I also think there's supposed to be some kind of cosmetic lid thing that goes on top, and I don't have it. The power adapters for these things, the replacements do exist, and ones getting sold on eBay do exist, but they're $30 because it's a 150 watt power supply to power up the Ethernet controller and the display link controller and charge your laptop at the same time. Let's see. What else here is a mess? I don't see any mess. What are you talking about? Vape battery? Okay, no. Oh, I actually won't. It'd be funny, though. What would be funny? What am I saying? What am I even saying? It's a dead vape battery, too. I didn't even charge it, because the charger I ripped apart, because I thought it was a real battery charger. But no, as it turns out, it's literally the battery charger for these vape cells was literally just a voltage regulator. And so when I tried to plug in the battery and plug in some lights and then charge it and power the lights at the same time, it melted the solder. It melted its own solder. How the fuck? Okay. How do you get a machine hot enough to melt its own solder? I don't know, and I don't want to know. Speaking of hot enough to melt its own solder, the BPC is actually doing fine. The BC we call him, but his full name is the BPC. So yeah, the BPC is doing fine with this 2013 looking Corsair dual fan cooler. Could be later than that, I actually don't know. Plugging in the Wi-Fi card, even though I'm not using Wi-Fi, because the workshop is chock full of Ethernet going everywhere around my corner of it. Because yeah, this isn't the whole workshop. This is just my corner. Oh, hey, look, one of those Game & One things, the cube game with Tetris and like 50 other games that are all just Tetris with some different thing. Sorry, I'm plugging in a Wi-Fi card. I'm not trying to show off my ass. Imagine I look behind here and it's not working because that picture bug I once saw steering around inside this thing is living in the Wi-Fi card. Okay. Screw cleaning, to be honest. Like, how do I even start? This place is such a mess. We get our chess piece script. The mouse had something on it. I'm just working on my Unity game. Let's see, how many compiler errors? Yeah, that's what I thought. I missed the semicolon. Okay, how about now? How many compiler errors? None? Okay, this code is not going to work. It's actually working? I have to improve the delay a little. And also, it's tied to frame rate, but for now, okay, if you're running it at 60 FPS, which realistically most people are, and if not, I can cap the game at 60 FPS, and also time that delta time or whatever, eventually. This is exactly the speed I'd hope for. Now the problem is it eats your input, so I want to make it not eat my input. Oh, our favorite person who doesn't want their name on the stream is calling me. Oh, hi there. Oh, they left. No, never mind. Axel left. Sorry, yeah, I know this is boring. I'm not even really cleaning. I mostly cleaned. Hey, who wants an Intel stock cooler? Okay, what if I do this? Uh-huh. Okay, what if I... No, I'm not gonna call you right now. Yo, yeah, I know. God damn, what was that math function that that like made negative numbers not negative anymore? I already forgot it. Cause my math teacher is only teaching me 6th grade math, so I already forgot everything from 7th grade. God damn it, what was it called? You know what? That's what Google's for. Or I don't use Google. I use Bing. And in fact, Bing wouldn't be able to understand such a request. Somebody's ChatGPT. What? I'm thinking of absolutely. Okay. Yep. I really want to just do. I really want to just do if it's less than 1 or if it's greater than 1. Let me guess, math after labs doesn't exist. Oh, invalid expression term percent, because that's what I use for C for or. Or. Can I just use or in C#? Oh, I can, but it's... This code is absolutely horrendous. According to the console. Okay, abs needs to be capitalized. Oh, so C# wants to use the pipe symbol. And I tried to use the pipe symbol once for C, and it said %%. Timer equals true. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. Thanks. You don't reset your timer and timer runs, so it just keeps counting forever. Yeah. No, wait, no, I reset it. Timer's less than 1, timer's 60. Oh, that's what it meant. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try this now. Reloading domain, importing assets. It's taking an especially long time, so there's a lot of suspense. And the project should now be working. So now I have a sphere that moves around with. There'll be a fun animation that plays, so you'll be able to like tell when the movement is over. But like this is a grid-based movement here. Although it would appear to be moving half a grid square. Or Unity sizing is just weird. Yeah, Unity sizing is just weird. that's an issue when the frame rate slows down. Oh, I didn't check. I didn't check Discord. So I guess 60 is not very great. Equals 1 times time dot go to time. 9. Okay, timer should be afloat. Oh, yeah. Okay, how's this? Man, this is surprisingly a usable machine, at least for game dev. It's just really overclocked. Okay, so... Oh yeah, so you can only move once per, like, minute almost, so the timer would probably want to be like 1 or something. 2. We'll set the timer to 2. So now we have the chess piece script pretty much done almost. I'm going to add an animation to the sphere. Basically, I'm making a real-time PvP game where the players are chess pieces and the attacks are chess moves. Okay, so 2 is a little much. How about 0.7? .7F. Oh, the timer is just 0 now. Equals. So, is this operator a less than equals then? And then timer doesn't equal 0. F. Is it not getting reset? I don't think it's getting reset. I think that's it. Oh, do timer is not getting set. Oh, does do timer have to start true then? Okay, well, oh jeez. I think 0.7F is a little bit much for. I wanted like kind of fast-paced movement, but not that fast. I didn't want you to be able to spam buttons. That's for attacking. It still doesn't want to work unless I start it on. It all needs to, timer needs to start at 1 also. Okay, you know what? That's much more to my liking. can also move diagonally, which, you know what? I actually don't hate it. I'll actually take that. So we now got chess piece move. Actually, wait, I just realized. You can't move diagonally in chess unless you're a pawn or a bishop. So, never mind, I won't take that. It isn't exactly like I can check which key got pressed first. You know what? Okay, let's prioritize Y movement. If move Y equals abs of Y is greater than 0, then we move Y. Else move X. Because in real chess, which this is definitely not, but it's almost, you aren't able to do that. I honestly am kind of hyped to see how this game is going to be once it's done. Because this was a pretty good game idea. I love this has gone from cleaning the workshop to just me doing game devs. Okay, yeah, so Y movement is prioritized. There we go. I'm gonna end stream because nobody's watching and I'm just doing game.